Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. I'm just checking. Basically, what I need to say is a message. Yeah. Ah, what's that? That would indicate that I've gone live. Oh God Almighty, getting messages all over the place. Yeah. Good morning, everybody. I'm just. There we are. Right, we're on Facebook. Okay. Morning. Yes, we are. Okay. Charles Nealon. Good morning. Dave Mason. Good morning. Jeff Lewis. Good morning. Right. Excellent. Right. So, Dieter Scherney. Hello from Switzerland. Hello, Anita Kiefel. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. If I get a message on YouTube, then I know that we're doing the business. Meanwhile, I'm going to switch this phone off. There we go. Holographic sentience. Guten Morgen, Herr Sentience. Right, first things first. I've been getting some interference this morning, and I can't quite work out what it is. I know that they are doing some work on the phone lines up the road. And so I keep getting this interference. It may be that the telephone people are doing work up the road. Secondly, it could be that there's it's like the kind of sound that you get when a piece of software isn't authorized. A piece of audio software isn't authorized. But all of this software is authorized. So if you keep getting these noises, please, it'll be gone soon. Okay, what's happening here? Right. This guitar, ladies and gentlemen. Let me introduce you to this guitar. Yes. Look at that. Do you want to know the story? Ladies and gentlemen? This guitar has been in storage for 27 years. Yes. This guitar looks brand new, doesn't it? Well, it's 27 years old and it has been in storage for 27 years. And it has come to me on a hopefully a permanent basis to just mess about with and play because it's available. And I'm going to play it over the coming weeks and we're going to see what we can do. I will buy it. If I can sell some studio equipment that I have for sale, I will most certainly buy this guitar. But what this is that it's a 1957 American vintage reissue Strat from 1994, and it's been in storage for 27 years. Look, 27-year-old guitar, my friends. Whoa. Shall we have a little listen? Bloody magnificent, I'll tell you. There's that noise. Sounds like a software authorization issue. Anyway. Good. Stephen Hagen in Blackhall Collier, hey. Yes, indeed. Good morning. A 27-year-old guitar that was bought and forgotten about, or ignored. Now, if there's anybody out there who rides a bicycle, you know when you buy a new bicycle, and the levers and the cables need to be adjusted. Well, this is what you do with the Fender Strat, or any Strat. It needs to be adjusted, because there's little. I know a lot of you people out there will know this, but some of you may not. But when they cut the gaps in this nut here, sometimes they don't cut them wide enough. They haven't got time, unless you've got a custom guy doing it for you. They haven't got time to make everything perfect. They just put it together, make sure it's all okay, and then it's shipped. And when it gets to the shop will tune it up before it's sold. And that hasn't happened to this guitar. It's a 27-year-old guitar, and it hasn't had any of the setup done on it. It's exactly as it came out of the Fender factory back in 1994, 27 years ago. Good morning, Andy. So, like, you know what I mean? It means that the whammy bar for the time being is out of bounds until we get this nut. You just file it, you just file it in and it opens. It's typical. It happens on every Strat. The springs in the tremolo are very, very tight because they've never been used. Right. So good morning, everybody. What a great way to tread water this morning, talking about this extraordinary guitar which has appeared out of the ether. That's a software authorization noise, that. I'm sure it is. Something needs to be uninstalled and reinstalled. Jeff Lewis, Graham Smith, good morning. Charles, good morning. Good morning, everybody. Yes, it's very much, it's really resonant. This bridge pickups. Let's play a number. Dining in. Okay, so bear in mind that this guitar has not been set up since it was good morning. Welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. As far as I am aware, this guitar has not been set up since it left the Fender factory in 1994. It may have been set up 27 years ago. Thank you very much, Sabina. I love the sound as well. It may have been set up 27 years ago, but that's a long time. That's a long time for a guitar to sit in a case and not be played or tended to. Like a bicycle. You need to adjust the gears, and you need to adjust the levers and the brakes and the chain. And if you don't, then they get out of kilter. it's very typical for a Strat to move, to go out of kilter, and in 27 years it can go a long way out of kilter. But the point is if this guitar is out of kilter, you know, if the neck needs an adjustment of this and the other, as a starting point, it's absolutely brilliant. As a starting point, it's brilliant. Hello from Colour Coats. All right, kidder. I was there just a couple of days ago. All right, David in Maryport, Scaryport, Maryport. Should we play a tune? Okay, dining in. So, welcome to the 57 reissue Stratocaster from 1994. Let's hope we can make a deal. Does anybody want to buy a set of Roland V drums? Less than a year old, brand new condition. Then the guitar stays with Paulie. Good morning, everybody. Welcome. Velkommen. Peggy Part. Andreas Baving. Peggy Part. I don't quite know what Reggie Part. Reggie. Don't know what that is. Reissues. Well, they basically make a guitar today like they did in the 1950s. Reggae. That kind of reggae. So it's a vintage reissue. The story with the vintage reissue from Fender is that Bob Marley, yes, okay, maybe if you give us a moment, I'll pull up a track. But in 1978, 1979, Fender were having big problems. The guitars that they were making, people didn't want to buy them. They wouldn't pay $300 for a brand new Fender Stratocaster, but they would pay $10,000 for a 1957 Fender Stratocaster. So Fender enlisted a guy called Dan Smith, who worked with Leo Fender and George Fullerton back in the 50s and the 60s on the original guitars, and they brought him in and he said, you need to start making the guitars that you were making in the 50s again. Forget these new guitars and start making the guitars that you were making in the 50s. And this is what these are, reissues of the old guitars. But so this is a 27-year-old guitar. I mean, it's difficult to believe that this guitar is 27 years old. Andreas Baving, excuse me if I can't, Entschuldigung, bisschen Deutsch, große kleine bisschen Deutsch. I may do a reggae number a little bit later on, but in the meantime, I'm going to do Autumn Leaves. Let's hope they... I haven't ran through this for a while. I can't even remember what key it's in. Going to step over that. Okay, soul tone, here we go. go. Good morning. Good morning. You see, buried treasure. That's what this guitar is. Buried treasure. Hang on a second. Just have a look at that. 27 years in hiding. Buried treasure. 27 years. Untouched. Unplayed. Oh my goodness. Well, Charles, the Strat is king of kings. Okay. In my opinion, there's no right or wrong. One guy thinks the Les Paul's the king. That's great. Gary Moore, Peter Green, they all thought that's great. They sounded great. Wonderful. The Strat, for me, is the all-time. It's the Mike Tyson. It's the Muhammad Ali. It's the Bruce Lee. It's the Ninja. It's the Zen Master. It's the masterpiece of guitar engineering. And I think the reason Fender and Gibson make so much money out of rebuilding old guitars in a new world is because it's been done. How many times can you reinvent the wheel? You can reinvent the wheel as many times as you want, you know. So so like I say, yeah, absolutely. Rory would agree with that. Godfather of all guitars. Yeah, motherfucker. That's right. Okay, let's do Europa, which is number 4. Okay. Goes like this. Just push the ambulance a little bit. But like I say, it's been in storage for 27 years, so it needs a bit of coaxing. And a friend of mine is going to come over tomorrow and make these little adjustments and these little whatnots and give the truss rod a quarter of a turn and you know. But I mean, as a beginning, it's perfect already. So, does anybody want to buy a set of Roland V drums? Then I can get this guitar paid for. That's my brother playing drums on that, by the way. Vert de Ferk. Guten Morgen. Good morning, everybody. Ooh, very good. This is April Fool's Day, yes. Yeah. Rip Van Winkle. Okay. One-to-one guitar lessons. Who's he? What's he talking about now? He's got his little messages. Oh, you will follow orders. Follow instructions. So if that was number 4, stands to reason number 5 is going to be next, isn't it? What else could be next if it wasn't number 5? Can't go to number 6. Good morning in Casablanca. Thank you very much. Glad to have you aboard. What else was I going to say? Okay. Thank you very much for your kind interest, investment, support, and response to Covers Night. I'm very pleased you have all enjoyed it so much. There it is, Covers Night, the latest album in the Paul Rose catalogue. Somebody asked if I was going to be pressing it to CD. Not at the moment, because it doesn't, well, I can't afford to, basically. Even if I can't afford to, I would if the diary was full of gigs. If the diary was full of gigs, I mean, like, starting next week, full of gigs. The diary is full of gigs with a band of friends. But they don't start until September, and I'm not going to be selling Paul Rose CDs at the Band of Friends gigs. I'm going to be selling Paul Rose CDs at Paul Rose CDs, and I've got no Paul Rose gigs. Doesn't know what he's talking about. Ignore him. He's off his rocker. Number 5, Lime Street. Okay, now, as I've explained, that this guitar is, it's been in lockup. It's been in storage for 27 years. It's, I believe, from what I understand, the person who was selling this guitar hasn't played it very much at all. And when he has, it's been, you know, very gentle and back in the case. And you like Covers Night. Great, thank you very much, Mark. That's more news on more new material coming soon. So this guitar, it requires some attention by a luthier. Not because there's anything wrong with it, it's just because it hasn't been attended to for 27 years. And I think I have a friend who's a great luthier, and 30 to 40 minutes, 1 hour, in the hands of my friend, this guitar's going to explode. Not, it's already brilliant. It's already brilliant. But we just need to, those of you who ride bicycles will understand, or those of you who work with wood, timber, will understand that things move, things stretch, things contract, things expand. And if a guitar's sat for 27 years, what do you expect? So we're going to correct that. But it kind of means the whammy bar's out of bounds. So I'm going to play Lime Street minus the whammy bar. That's the intention.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3.
all of the titles of my tracks, Walker Road, Lime Street, they're all places in the east end of Newcastle, which is where my family comes from. And usually it's because they were either written there or recorded there. Like that track, Lime Street, was recorded in a studio. Sorry, Danny, I'm reading Danny's message. Thank you, Anita. Info Swiss Oil, thank you very much. Very pleased that it's coming through loud and clear. Kind of hoping that the stop changing a flat tire. Right, okay, got you. Hopefully they're going to be installing full speed internet fiber, which means I'll be able to crank the picture and the audio up to the maximum. So fingers crossed that they're going to be able to do that soon. Space 3, special one. Let's have a little look and see what we've got here. Thank you very much. Nick Branston. That's Jim Drummond playing drums and Kenny Hutchison playing bass. And thank you very much, Stephanie Robinson. Yeah, the bass and drums there were recorded live. There's no overdubs on that, other than the piano was put on after. But the bass and drums is a live recording. And Jeff Mountford, this is a guitar that has been in storage for 27 years, which has been made available to me for the time being, until such time that I can sell some studio equipment and pay for it. Fingers crossed we can do that. And yeah, Jim and Kenny are great. You know, most of all of these backing tracks are live recordings. You know, heavy funker. Are we going to get heavy already? No, I'm not in the mood for heavy. Let's go with the minor blues, and then maybe I'll say thank you very much and good night, because I've got things to do. I won't be sitting around playing the guitar all day. Oh, can I? There we go. Thank you very much indeed, ladies and gentlemen. Andreas Baving. I wonder if we should do a quick reggae song for Andreas Baving. The fact of the matter is that I have a reggae song which is kind of a Zappa influenced 1980s Zappa, 79-80 Frank Zappa influenced era. And I've been meaning to play it on the stream for quite some time. And since Andreas Baving has asked for a reggae song, yes, he's there, okay, then that's what we're going to have to do. Okay, so if you give me a moment, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to give you the New York intermission, and I'll be back as quickly as I can. It'll only take 10 seconds. And there we are, we're back again. Yeah, I like that video, by the way. I shot that video in the car leaving a gig at 3 o'clock in the morning going through New York City. So hopefully the next time you hear this guitar, which will be Sunday night, I'll have had these little tweaks and turns and whatever. Lovely. Frank Zappa. Yeah, bit of Frank. I think 79 to 81 was Frank's best period. And I know that there's a lot of people who swear that Frank's was with the Mothers and the Roxy and Elsewhere and the One Size Fits All time, and that's all. It's all brilliant. I mean, at the end of the day, there's more music in one Frank Zappa album than there is in most people's careers. You know, but my favourite era is Joe's Garage, Shut Up and Play Your Guitar, Shake Your Booty, Tinseltown Rebellion, You Are What You Is. You know, I love that. With Vinnie Colaiuta playing drums. Anyway, okay, let's stop that video because it's distracting us. You can't see it, but it's distracting us. Right, so a reggae number to end the day. Winter Break. Just give me 1 second while I set this up. And wish me luck. It's not, well, it's, yes, okay. Rory, if you go back to the beginning of the video, I tell the story about this guitar, but basically it's a 27-year-old 1957 reissue Fender Strat that's been in lockup for 27 years. It's been in lockdown for 27 years. It's hardly been played at all. If it's been played, I can't see any signs of it being played in 27 years. Or if it's been played, it's been and then put back in its case. Okay, so Winter Break for the guy Andreas. By the way, I do have a PayPal link. Help me support a very cool thing, I'll tell you. It's a very cool thing. Help keep the show on the road. And okay. So I'll start the track and I'll tune up to it while it's playing. Very professional. Okay, thank you very much. Herbus, thank you very much. I've met Chris Glenn, Nick. Andres, thank you very much. Thank you very much. Vielen Dank. That song is available, as are all of these songs are available on my Bandcamp page. How long have I had this guitar? 48 hours. Literally 48 hours. Maybe a little bit less than 48 hours. Let's hope it can stick around. Let's hope I can sell my studio equipment to pay for it. Bandcamp, you can buy those tracks on Bandcamp. You can buy all of the tracks and more on Bandcamp. If you have bought a copy of the new covers album, thank you very much. You've all been very positive in your response, and I appreciate that very much. You can buy. Still got the white one. Have I still got the white one? He says, have I still got the white one? From Mr. Lance Lerman in Los Angeles, California. Yes, I do. That guitar won't be leaving me before I'm dead and gone. Yes, okay. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I've really enjoyed it. Just to run through the usual business messages. If you want to subscribe or like, share, be positive. If you're on Facebook, like. If you're on YouTube, Mark Bradley, the LSL, King of Kings. Yeah, they're all beautiful guitars. I've bought a lot of guitars, and I own 5. Okay, so Danny, well, it's here for the replay. Catch up on the action replay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guitars. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guitars. I must have bought 50 guitars in the last 20 years. I've kept 7 because a guitar can be very, very, very good, but it might just have a little something that bothers me that maybe a lot of other people wouldn't pick up on, but I have to be able to close my eyes. I talked about this with Lance Lerman only 2 weeks ago, about how the guitar must be invisible. The guitar must be a clear road. It must be an open road for you to express your musicianship and your musicality and your ideas. If the guitar puts an obstacle in the way that trips you up, then it breaks that concentration. And that guitar's got to go, ladies and gentlemen. But all the guitars in this room, all 7 of them, it might sound like a decadence, but I saw a thing. I think Rory has 250. And he bought guitars and put them in lockup. And I saw the lockup. I saw Rory Gallagher's lockup. I went down there one day and was out in Dorset. And he had 335s, he had Fender Twins, he had Marshall stacks, he had lap steels, pedal steels, Les Pauls, Strats. He had everything. He had everything. And when you see Rory play the Strat or the Telecaster, that's obviously what he loved. But in his guitar collection, literally, I saw Les Pauls, 335s, Fender Twins, Marshall combos, Marshall heads, pedal steels, lap steels, every kind of guitar and amp you could possibly imagine. This baby must find its home with Paul. I believe so. Deck 12 Strats on the wall, never being used. That's right. Well, like I say, Nick, this guitar has been in storage for 27 years. I don't know who kept it in storage for 27 years. Maybe to say that it's been in storage is too strong a word. But it's been in its case, and I don't think it's been in a recording studio. definitely not done any gigs. 100% certain this guitar's never done any gigs. It's never been in the fresh air. I'm very surprised if it's been in any recording studio. I'd be very surprised if it's been played more than 5 minutes at a time and then put back in its case for months and months and months. So it's immaculate, Nick. It's immaculate. Let's go back to this close-up camera. Stop the playlist. Yeah. Let me look at that baby. Look at that baby. Let's turn him around. See, I don't care if they get marks on them. Look at the thing. Look at the fretboard. It's never been touched. Never been. 27 years old. 27 years old. You know what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen? I've taken the springs out of the back. That's me. See, the vandalism started. The vandalism has begun already. I don't purposefully bump and knock guitars. I don't, you know. Thank you very much, Andreas. Bis später. Yeah, okay, so we'll stop that now. Stop that. Stop that. Yeah, I don't purposefully abuse and batter guitars. Dan, yeah, a little bit. You could think of it, you can put money in a bank or you can buy guitars and put them in storage. You know, there's certainly worse things happening in the world today, as we are all very much aware. So, thank you very much, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. If you want to talk, to me direct, paul@paulrose.co.uk. I have to be careful that your messages don't go into spam. There's a few messages that I've picked up that have gone into spam, in my spam. paul@paulrose.co.uk. Thank you very much. And what else have we got to say? I think that's everything, isn't it? Talked about the shop, talked about the this, talked about the that. I know, I appreciate, ladies and gentlemen, that you people have bought product and whatnot, but if you would like to support me, okay, let's not go on and on. That is the true electric guitar built to fit the human body. I own a couple of Pauls. Would only never play them in anger. I'll tell you, you know, the Strat is the king. You know, there's no doubt about it. The Strat is the king. And let me just go back to this a second. You know, you see this angle here. You see the white pickguard. This angle here. I need to get the guitar straight on the camera. Easier said than done. Okay. Right, so if you're looking at the guitar straight, this angle here, and then it curves up like this, that angle there freaked everybody out. It freaked everybody out. It was so original and revolutionary. Now we take it for granted, but when people hadn't seen this in 1954, it freaked people out. It was the most stratosphere. It's the word strat, you know. So Leo was thinking, I mean, I know I'm telling you things that a lot of you already know, but Leo was thinking about futuristic sci-fi, you know, futuristic sci-fi stuff. Television was new, satellites were new, and outer space exploration was beginning to appear, and television and radio. So the Telecaster from the television, the Telecaster, and the Stratocaster from the stratosphere. So television, telecast, Stratocast, stratospheric. You know, that's where he was thinking. And these, you know, you think of the 1950s sci-fi movies of America, these angles on the pickguard here. That's where he was coming from. A genius. Well, was he a genius? He had a lot of people working with him and for him, developing these babies, these little beauties. But it's an ace guitar. It's 27 years old. It's been in its case for 27 years. I'd be surprised if it's been out of its case more than a couple of weeks in 27 years. I really would. I could be wrong. You can't take a guitar like this in and out of its case all the time without eventually getting a knock on it. You know, without eventually something happening. And there is not a mark on it anywhere. If this guitar's going to stay with me, that will change. I can promise you that. Okay. It's from outer space, Nick. Absolutely. It needs a name. Paul Annis. Those of you who are on YouTube, there's a comment there from a friend of mine called Paul Annis. He is a drummer down in Kent, down in the southeast, and he's doing some drums for me at the moment. And there's going to be some new material coming online soon, folks. Nice new guitar, Paul. Well, I'm trying. Okay, Hank. Buddy? Hank didn't play a Sunburst. He played a red one, didn't he? Maybe Buddy or something to do with Sunburst. I'm not one for naming me guitars, really, but okay, everybody. Time to say cheerio. Who's that geezer on there? Look, with a guitar. Bloody old geezer. I tell you what. No, don't say it. Right, okay. Thank you very much, folks. I'll see you on Sunday. Sonntagmorgen. No, Sonntagabend. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yes, 4. Sonntag, the 7th. Fucking hell. 7 o'clock. Buddy, yeah. Right. See you all on Sunday at 7 o'clock. That's the Paul Rose live guitar stream from Newcastle upon Tyne, ladies and gentlemen. Sunday PM, 7. He's playing a Les Paul there, but I've got a feeling he's going to be playing a Strat because my mate's coming over tomorrow. And we're going to make the necessary tweaks. And this guitar is going to sparkle even more, I promise. Okay. Thank you very much. Good night. Good morning. Good day. Good afternoon. Cheery. Bye.